Challenge number 9 is a sketch that has a green LED for 10 seconds, then has an alarm that loops 100 times. Now, what you would do in this case, and I've seen this done, is that students will put in here a piece of code, for example, an alarm type setup, and copy and paste it 100 times. Well, in the previous tutorial, I taught you how to write a loop that loops for 10 seconds, or 10 times, sorry. So the first thing we need to do is have a green light, so Esplora.write RGB, and we want a red light off, green light on, blue light off, and then we want that on for 10 seconds. So that will be 10,000 milliseconds, so that's on there. Then what we want to do is we want it to finish that and then drop into a loop. So we say for int I currently is going to equal 0, but I has to be less than or equal to 100. Then we close that off and we say now we want you to step up by doing I++. We open the curly brace and now we're going to write the code for our alarm. So we say Esplora.write RGB. I think we'll need a red light here. So we say red. I'm going to add a tone, so Esplora.tone, and these have been done in the previous lessons. Let's say 1000, and we close that off, and then we might have a delay of 100 milliseconds. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy and paste this code again into here, and then I'm going to say I want this red to be off, but I want blue, so I'm going to say 255, and this tone to be 2000. Now you'll notice that in the void setup we have that curly brace, which is that one, and then we have this curly brace for this loop in that one. And void loop is all the way down the bottom here, and we're not going to loop it, it's only going to do it 100 times. So if I condense all this up, you'll see that we still have to have hashtag include Esplora.h. We still need to connect the board. We need to make sure it's on the right port, and then our loop's going to run that 100 times. So if I ran this, or I'm just going to verify that all the code's correct. Now what happens is students tend to find that they make mistakes by forgetting something like a semicolon or the curly brace, or they don't have two curly braces down here because they don't close off the void setup and then they don't close off the for loop, and so they get errors. So if I run this code now, and you should be able to hear it, you can count to 100 if you want to, but I don't think you would actually do that. So the green light's on, it's running for 10 seconds. It's going to then switch over and run my alarm 100 times, and then it's going to stop. So let's just record this video until it stops, and then we can highlight that we've done the next challenge. Nearly finished. And there we go. Now it's still playing the blue one, and what I should do is once it drops out at the end of that loop, I should have actually put in here Esplora.tone and had no tone, and to turn it off. And I can also do Esplora.write RGB and have no lights on as well, so it turns itself off at the end of that loop. And that's what would happen. It would drop out of this loop and then go in and play that one. But I'm not going to run that now. I'm going to stop this video because that's the end of that challenge.